Let's talk about the most important way to heal. And I see a huge challenge with all kinds of things going on with people right now. So this is very, very important. Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist. Get healthy now. Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. And I want to talk about the most important way to heal. And I see huge challenges with people coming up right now. It's just like, well, every week I see the same type of thing. And I want to talk about, at the end of the video, my 888 process. And without this, there's no healing. So if you're sick and you are really sick and keeps being sick and on and on and on, you may need this process. And first of all, I want to talk about a man who had adrenal fatigue, one of my clients. And we got his adrenal fatigue, all cleared up, and he's really good to go now. He's feeling great. But at the same time, I asked him a couple questions, and he was a really stressed out person. There's no doubt about it. And so eventually his adrenal fatigue is going to show up again unless he makes some changes. Also, as a man with a lady with diabetes, and the doctors couldn't control her diabetes. I wasn't able to do anything. We got close, but we didn't get the bubblegum prize. But the problem was, she was always working odd shifts all the time. She works early in the morning, and then she works around noon, and she works in the evening. And then when she's not working, she's taking and doing errands for all her relatives and doing this and doing that and running around like crazy. And she wonders why she has a little bit of stress going on. I think that's pretty obvious. Another man who had diabetes also, and this is very interesting. He's working hard, and he's going to school, and he's predisposed to stress in a big way, and his blood sugar keeps spiking and going down, up and down, and uncontrollable in general. And he wonders, well, I have stress? No, I don't have stress. And that's the first thing he says, I don't have stress. But the reality is he does, and it's hard to keep his blood sugar under control. Also, a man with high blood pressure. A very hectic lifestyle. Have a million relatives at his house all the time. His mother's got dementia, and she's running crazy, screaming through the house. And you wonder why anybody in the house is keeping their sanity also, because there's so many people interacting, going crazy. And so his blood pressure goes up, it goes down, or all around, and it's just really uncontrollable all the time. There's a few questions I start asking these people when we try to get them on a road to really healing. I said, my first question is, when was the last time you took a vacation ever? That's really, really important. A vacation ever. That means not working at home or working of some kind or doing some kind of extended business travel or visiting family or traveling with kids, all those type of things. You get home and all of a sudden you feel more tired than when you went. And a lot of these people said, well, especially the lady with the diabetes and a hectic schedule, a different work schedule. And she said, I have never done that in my life. Never, ever. And so she decided that she was going to take some me time. And that was a big deal for her because ever since she was a kid, she had never taken any me time of any kind. Also, second question I asked, have you ever taken an extended vacation, like a month off, Have you ever done that? I was kind of extremely stressed out one time, and I decided just to take, and after a car accident I had, I actually got hit by a truck. I had a little two-seat car, got hit by a truck. It made me look at my life in a whole different way. A CHP came to my car, it was totally demolished. And he said, if it would have been an inch in one direction more towards you, you wouldn't be here right now. I couldn't even walk out of the car. At that point, I decided I had saved up a little bit of money. I decided I was going to take a little time off just for me because I needed to do a little bit of changing in my life. So I lived very frugally. I lived on rice and beans and that type of thing, and just took a year off for me. So it was really, really important. It also put my life in perspective. I found which direction I wanted to go, what I wanted to study, and it changed my life in general. And that's when I decided to get my degree in psychology and start my business with doing healing work like this and becoming an herbalist and that type of thing. So it was really, really important. It changed my life in general. Also, I know a man that I worked with at the University of California. His name was John, and he would save up all of his regular vacation and all of his overtime and all those different things that he had, and he would put in a request for taking 3 months off. And I tell you, John came back so amazingly relaxed and feeling great. It was just amazing. And he would do this almost every year when he had a chance. Sometimes things like weddings and stuff would come up, so he couldn't do it. But it was really important. Another question or example I actually talk about is a couple of times between jobs, I actually took a few months off also, just to get perspective on my life, and that was important. Another one is the third question: have you ever taken 10 days off to do something relaxing, like going to a spa, going to a retreat, or something like that? And everybody says no, of course. I've done that. I've been to retreats in Brazil, retreats in, Monterey, retreats in different places, in Colorado, that type of thing. And if you have never done that type of thing, it's really important for the soul. I'm telling you. You come back renewed. An example, in Europe, I know people who take 3 months off. I have good friends who live in Norway, and she's a veterinarian and he's a farmer. And, Norway's pretty frozen during the winter times. So they take 3 months off and they go and look around and try to get out of the snow, first of all. And they enjoy their time together, but also separately. They do separate things too to really rejuvenate themselves and be out in nature at the same time. So I think that's really important. Europeans take more time off than Americans. That's always been the way it is. And without having some me time, we do not heal. An example, in Europe, a doctor sees you stressed out to the max, he can write you a script to go to a health club or a spa or something like that for 1 or 2 months, and it's paid for by the insurance. And people come back renewed, and all of a sudden their diseases disappear and that type of thing. And also, a couple, they just had a brand new baby. This is in the States, and they were so stressed out, they were running like crazy, and they doing this, doing that. She had rashes all over her body, and they were so stressed to the max that they had all kinds of problems, imbalances in their hormones and everything. And what do you know? Their little baby, all of a sudden, almost from birth, ended up with rashes and all kinds of allergic to just about everything. And so the mother and father decided to change their life in a big way. And so they started doing some more relaxation time for them and learning meditation and getting out in nature and also changing the way their attitude about life. And lo and behold, the baby's allergies disappeared. That was amazing, really amazing. So if you're really sick and have things going on all the time, if you've never taken an extended vacation, if you've never really taken time for me time, it's really, really, really important. I have an old saying, it's the 8-8-8 process. We have 8 hours for sleep, we have 8 hours for work, and 8 hours for play. And we don't listen to that. Like my father would work 16-hour days and then go to sleep and get up and do it all over again. No wonder he died of a stress-induced heart attack at 57. It's not good, really not good. And so we need to allow ourselves to have some me time. In that 8 hours of play, maybe you have family you have to take care of. Maybe you have kids and that type of thing. But at least you got to carve out a couple hours out of that 8 hours of playtime to help yourself. When a plane loses cabin pressure, all of a sudden the oxygen mask drop down. They tell you to put yours on first and then help your child. Because if you're passed out, you can't help your child. So it's really important to help you first. I had a lady yesterday, she called me about migraines, and she had the typical stress-induced migraines that even her doctor told her about. And I said, well, you need to get out and walk, you need to do a little meditation, and all these different things that she would help balance her life, and she would really enjoy her life better. And she said, well, I don't have time for that. I just don't, and I won't do that. I said, okay, I can't make anybody do these things, absolutely positively. And it's not my job to do that anyway. We have to actually decide inside, I want to make a difference in my life. I want to change my life. I want to make it, I want to live a long life so it can help a lot of people. And I came to that also in my own experience. And I was on a treadmill, because I felt like I had an elephant sitting on my chest, and that was right after my father died. And the doctor goes, well, you're stronger than I am. I think you got a lot of stress going on. And that's when I decided to change my life and go in a different direction. I didn't want to be like my dad. So we really need to take me time and do the 8-8 process. Time for sleep, 8 hours for sleep, 8 hours for work, and 8 hours for play. And if you get outside of that, we're asking for disease to start coming in and taking over. And so I don't want to see that happen to you. Absolutely, positively. If you want to get a hold of me and talk about this a little bit more, all my contact information is at the end of the video. Also, it's down below. Click on Show More. If you'd like to do a consultation, I ask for a $50 donation, and we can get you on the road to really recovering and feeling great and being extremely healthy like I am. And also, I want you to remember about my new book, Live a Cancer-Free Life. 3 out of 5 people, and it's moving towards 4 out of 5 people are coming down with cancer. And this is a quick read. It's not that thick. These are simple things that you can do that cut your chances of coming down with cancer by 1,000%. So live a cancer-free life. And I'll put that link at the first comment above so you can find it and go check it out. On June 2nd, it'll start selling and going out there. It's on pre-sale right now, and I hope you'll support me in getting this word out that people don't have to die of cancer. We can make a big change. So have a great day. Remember a couple things. Remember God, and remember, I love you.